I want to talk to you about the power of a woman who knows her own voice. I'm Laura Cardwell. Follow me for more Midlife Initiation. This week, we are working with an energy that really has to do with expression. It's about understanding what we're feeling, where that feeling is coming from, what the old vibration of that feeling might be, and whether or not we're really speaking from alignment or if we're speaking from a pressure to communicate something, right? Gate 12 is this gate of communication and creativity and our ability to understand this depth of what we're feeling and then actually communicate it in the right time, in the right way, with the right person. So in its shadow, this gate might be this kind of pressure to express everything we feel, or kind of over talking, over explaining, trying to connect through. And sometimes in its deep shadow, this can be someone who just really loves the sound of their own voice. And they really talk to hear their own inspiration. And you might have met people that felt that way. And you might have been a little guilty of it yourself because we all have all of the gates. But as this gate really matures and as we really grow with this gate, it's really a gate of connecting to that feeling, of taking the time to feel the pressure to speak something and then stopping and saying, is this true? Making sure it's coming from a true place and not a part of you that just needs to be heard or needs something from yourself first. So is it true? And then the next one is it necessary? Is this a necessary thing for me to say at this time? Will it impact in the right way? Starting to think about the impact that those words might have. And then the last is if it's kind. It can be true and it can be necessary, but if it's not kind, if you're not putting it together, and kind isn't nice. Nice is often something that's the opposite of kind. It's just kind of glazing something over. But sometimes we have to say the difficult thing. Sometimes we have to say the thing that's making us angry or saying the thing that is really hard for us to say. But if it is the right time and it is true and it is necessary, then those words have incredible power. And we've all met somebody who speaks from that power, who knows when they're in their body and can speak from that place. They're not speaking just to tell the story of their feelings. They're speaking because speaking is initiation, speaking is change. This gate is also bringing us into our creative expression. So sometimes it's like having deep feelings about what's going on in our life and our relationships and the world around us, and being able to use that energy to create, to make change through art, creative arts, visual arts, cooking, dancing, whatever the outlet needs to be to move that expression, and then using that to inspire others. So the energy as this gate matures is, I know what that feeling is. I've checked in with myself and I understand the feelings that I'm having. And then I understand the appropriate time to communicate those feelings. I know exactly when the right moment is, and I know how to wait for that moment without feeling pressure either to hide and not speak it at all, or to speak everything without really checking in with alignment in the first place. So I invite you this week to sit in some of that energy of, am I communicating from that place? Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And if not, learning what that feels like to hold it and not express it, because that is something that we also have to learn to teach our bodies. So if you would like to join me more as we talk about these things as they apply to midlife, then join me on Friday, June 19th for our first ever Cougarty Live. The link is in the bio.